video with us and Aurora, you'll see some similar moves here. That was not done purposefully, it's just two brilliant crews working similarly in different situations. That was a compliment, by the way. So you can see us kind of approaching the line here, seeing what that's like, getting a taste for it, what does it look like, then turning around. They turn around right before the committee vote. Not sure what they were thinking, but the thinking was good because they did somehow maneuver around us, which we'll show in a second, but we did play it safe. Now coming around for the final approach to the start, both of us approaching the committee vote, fairly close, enough to be able to see details we never thought we would, but here we are. Start has not occurred yet. Once the green is up there, it did start. There they got a little close to us. It looks like they hit us, but you know, we didn't. But watch what happens. He tries to come up, force me up, but I didn't go up. He goes up behind us, which was a clever move because you'll start to see his velocity made good coming in here towards the mark, VMG. That means how fast are you going to that mark? So he succeeded in a better start than us. It may not look like it from here, but let me reorient this. So you can reorient all this by clicking here and zoom back. RaceQs is pretty clever. You can see velocity made good. Well, ours is 2.9 at this point. This is 2.5. So I just clicked on the part there where we're about to tack, so watch what happens here. This green line here is the ley line, which is interesting because we tacked right on it. Keep in mind, we don't see these virtual lines when we're sailing. I'm not saying that some people don't, but I don't do that in real time. This just happens to be that we made the perfect tack. Now notice that Aurora is on a starboard tack here, coming up to us. We, of course, felt we could make it. We're the port tacker here. But notice course. You might see a little bit of dodge. Now, it might have been to just give more room or get out of our bad air. In any case, we're on that ley line to our next mark. A good thing. So let's watch what happens up there. Next video. Oh, there's one of his. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, let's see what happens around the weather mark. We're on our first and only tack for that, and our third tack was around to the jibe, rounding the mark. Now here's where I don't do so well. Aurora does better in my opinion. Well, I think it's given. I went wide and tight, too wide. I wanted to really give that mark a lot of room, and I wanted to give him room to get around that as well. He comes inside, doesn't pinwheel me, but in any case, he did a better maneuver. So that was just talent on their part and guts. I don't have that kind of guts with a hard mark. Alright, so, but that changes over time because now we're starting to find our course and say, hey, we're making pretty good velocity made good, 3 versus this 2.3. Now watch with Whoosh here, and you can see why they waved at us, because they thanked us for not having them divert too much. In fact, they started to divert, but we were the starboard tacker. The main boom is over our port side. Alright, let's see how this continues. You can see we did pretty good relative to Aurora on that downwind leg, but watch the mark rounding here again. I went too wide and didn't come in tight enough, fast enough, whereas Aurora just snapped that thing around inside of us. It doesn't look like much right now, but him being higher than us means if he overtakes us, he takes our air. But, whoa, what happened there? I caught him not paying attention to driving. He was cranking on something, took advantage of that, came up above him while we didn't have overlap, of course, because we can't cross through him, and maintained this, giving him bad air. So here, let's throw in the bad air window. So now I've thrown in the zone of bad air, the red, which Aurora's in, but sacrificed a little bit of distance over speed to do a maneuver that almost worked for him. Watch now on the rounding, we're about 4 times speed, so it happens fast. There. Now, I'm in potential bad air with him. Let's move this over here. Speed over ground, velocity made good, still establishing. while still on a little bit of our bad air, I took advantage of the fact that he didn't pay attention. I came a little bit high of them there. So that was something that once we did that, there was no catching up. So he's in this bad air, he's like going too slow. We can't be here, gotta attack. Well, I mean, they could stay there, but note their velocity made good is not making it. And here, speed over ground almost works. We're 5.1, 4.2. He's just increasing his lateral separation. These numbers right in here are just getting greater and greater. You can see here he'll start to attack soon. He should have attacked earlier, really. So look how much he separated from us, and then we just kept that all the way to the finish. Here, I'll just speed that up for the sake of argument. Where are we? Whoa. Hard to track. Oh, look at that. We're so fast. We're flying away here. Oh, look at us. Here we go. Let's slow it down for the finish. And you can see on this last tack we made it. And there's the finish line, and we made that rum line, or not rum line, but the lay line, with some room to spare. And he had separated himself. There was not going to be any catching up. In fact, tacked away to avoid our bad air again. And there we go. The win. Yay. Great job. So we're on our final leg. Of course, what was it? Juliet? I don't even remember. The wind's blowing about 15 to 20. We're going 5.3. We probably could go a little faster, but this is too fun. And we're pretty far ahead of our class. In fact, we've passed some racing. These guys are racing class, and those 4 boats back there are in our class. So I think we're way ahead of them. I don't know, what do you think?